This is the Stockwell-Roche Show, giving you real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Josh Roche.
Relocation Nation. Some of you out there may know what that means and what it's like to go through the process. Others of you don't. We have a great show for you today, folks, all about relocation and a lot about the new information and new stuff that came about with the Fed. Welcome to the Stockwell-Roche Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
Josh Roche, RE/MAX Advantage Plus.
We are very happy, honored, and grateful to have Maddie Bjorgum back in studio.
Maddie.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a great show today.
Awesome. And we have our special guest, Doug McElrath, here, who is CRP with RE/MAX Results. Welcome, Doug.
Hey,
Doug.
thanks. Happy to be here.
Doug is a relocation expert. We're going to be asking him a lot of questions and having dialogue about relocation. And if you're have someone that's gone through it, or if you've gone through it or know how it works, there's a lot going on with that, and you definitely will be able to have your questions answered, and will need help when you're going through that process. And welcome back, Diane. How you doing?
Great,
Diane Eldridge.
thanks. Thanks for having me back again.
You bet. Great to have you. So what's happening? First off, we always start out with a real estate market and mortgage market update.
Let's go through that. It's winter. Winter's happened, right?
Is it really?
We saw a
Hasn't
few
been
snow,
lately.
not much. We saw some rain. But you know what? Our numbers are up. As far as like new listings on the market, we're up 15% right now. New listings this time this year of where we were at last year. We're seeing pending sales. We're up 15.7% in pending sales, and our inventory is way down right now. We're at 16.7% from where we were at last year. And we're busy. I know my team's busy. We're out running around. We've got a lot of buyer agents still getting multiple offers on a lot of stuff. I don't know what you guys are seeing on your side, but the market's still good.
Same, absolutely.
Houses are still selling. I think the weather
helps.
it feels like we had a December or a November and December that were more like September and October.
Right.
From every standpoint, from the weather to the real estate market. Maddie B, what are you seeing out there in the mortgage world?
It's we're still seeing multiple offers come in. It's good to have somebody who does relocation stuff. I actually just closed a relocation deal here last week, which went really, really well. As far as interest rates go, we saw the Fed come in and say they're raising up rates. Didn't really see any drastic change in what I've seen. So it's
wasn't there some panic out there?
There's always panic when it comes to interest rates. The Fed says that they're going to do something, and everybody goes absolutely nuts. So,
so is this something? Side note on this, I have a question for consumers out there. If you're a buyer buying a home and you haven't bought a home and you're thinking, "Oh crap, now the prices are up, now the rates went up, I missed it," or what happened? Okay,
you didn't miss it. Rates are still good. Think about this. 20, 30 years ago, rates weren't like this. I saw something on Facebook that was posted about this senator who was talking about we need to be a little more humble in the fact that we may see rates go up a tid, but we're not at 17 or 18%. You know what I mean? We're still sitting in a phenomenal spot with interest rates. Payments on a $200,000 house are less than you pay for rent. So.
Yeah, and there's other articles that say that too. It's official. The Fed finally raises rates, but we've been waiting so long for them to raise rates. The markets have already calculated this in most of the time, or for the most part, right? So it's not going to be a dramatic change. It shouldn't be a dramatic change for you out there if you're still waiting to lock your loan, or if you're in the middle of a new build for new construction and you haven't done your end loan yet. All those things should be totally fine into next year, next spring.
We just talked about that actually at my B&I meeting this morning. That was a gentleman who is in the midst of, I think they got his electrical, and the HVAC guy was going to be in there today. So they're getting close to being done. But he asked this exact same question, like, is my rate going to be okay? I'm like, your rate's going to be fine. We were talking about this before the show started. The last time the Feds did this huge rate hike, we went from like 3.25% to 4.25%.
It was a big,
and it stopped refinance business. Those people who were on the fence and didn't do something kind of got just kicked back over into the you're never going to be able to do anything again for a very long chunk of time. It's good, but then again, it's
this is only a quarter point, so it's not a big deal. So
not a big deal
for you folks out there, if you're buying or selling or have any questions, you can always go to tcrealestatehour.com, tcrealestatehour.com. Click on the home evaluation tab if you're a seller or you want to just know, hey, it's the end of the year. We might be doing something next year. 2016 might be the time, or maybe we get that promotion, or I'm up for that promotion, and I'm going to be relocating to Arizona or what have you, or California. Now is the time to click on that home evaluation, get a free evaluation.
Well, let's go. Let's go
So-
through that too. And that's a game plan, right? We've talked about it on the show many times.
Yep.
As have your ducks in a row and have a game plan put together. Because if you don't do that,
You're
how long does it take to get financing now, Matt? It takes 45 to 60 days.
45
correct?
to 60. Yeah.
So then, if you don't have your ducks in a row, you still have that grace period where you got to get your ducks in a row.
Yep.
So my point is have a game plan put together. Talk to a real estate agent. Just or someone like Matt, and just have your ducks in a row. So when you do find that perfect property, you're ready to rock, you're ready to go,
Yep.
and you can move forward and win, because it's a very competitive market right now.
You know, the one thing I really like about working with you guys, your teams, is we have the insurance, the title, the real estate, the mortgage. We kind of have all of the pieces, the inspectors. We kind of have all of those pieces put together. You want to find somebody if you're looking at doing a new transaction in the coming year. You want to make sure that you're working with somebody who has partners who can already kind of put you into the best position. We've already kind of vetted all of these people in this industry because we work in this industry.
And with the years of experience that we have. So all in all, we've been singing the same song for a long time when our market update is good news.
Yep.
In the real estate market, right? Yep. So if you're looking for bad news, go on Facebook. There's tons of it out there.
Go national.
Or watch the news.
There you
There's
go.
bad news all over the place. Bad things are happening everywhere.
Yep.
But in the real estate in the Twin Cities, it's very good news. When more houses are coming on the market than last year. However, of those new houses that are coming on the market, more of them are being pending or going under contract than they were last year. So we're still not catching up. Even though more people are putting their houses on the market, they're not catching up because the buyers are still buying them, which is great. So really good news. Matty B?
The other thing I was going to say is the Senate just passed something in regards to service members and kind of stemming off any foreclosure for active duty members, which is huge.
Really?
We
Okay.
still have a lot of people who face things while they're out serving our country, fighting for our freedoms, and they're not going to have to worry if they start to fall behind. They've kind of stemmed off them having to worry about foreclosing on their house.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good.
Huge.
And Diane, is there what are you seeing in the local market, or when you're dealing with sellers and buyers right now? Are people just saying, hey, brakes on, let's hold off? Or are they still saying, hey, we've had...
I mean,
It's almost Christmas. It's almost
What
Christmas.
you're seeing out there too.
I have to ditto what you said. It really is. It's been a tremendous market. It still is. As we approach Christmas, it's a little bit slower. Everybody's gearing up for the holidays, but still, the interest rates, like you said, non-event with the Fed's announcement. Yep. We're really just very excited about the upcoming year because it's for everybody. It's just going to be great.
2016 is shaping up, or is
2016.
looking like it's going to be
Yeah.
really good all the way around for buyers, sellers, and
Everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Let's keep the snow away.
And I think that has to do with unemployment being 5.1 or something nationally, and then in Minnesota it's even less.
Yep.
Now all the companies we talk, Josh, you talk about it all the time.
do.
I want to get Doug in and get Doug's intro in here.
How
With all you talk about relocation, right? Is
we have
Minnesota
one of
being
the
a
top
good
relocation markets in the United States just because of the big corporations that
Yep.
we have here in the Twin City area, and it's great that we have
Yep.
Doug on the show today.
So that could be part of it too. Why Minneapolis is so strong. Part of it too. Doug, welcome. Just wanted to introduce yourself. Tell us what got you into the business. I know you're a real estate agent and you deal exclusively or almost exclusively in relocation. But what got you started, and a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I've been in this business for about 20 years now, just on the relocation side. And believe it or not, I've never sold real estate. Okay.
Really? Wow.
Started out as a property manager. I ended up managing a property for one of our large corporations here in the Twin Cities. Found out kind of what that was all about. They said, hey, we're interviewing. Went over, interviewed, got the job, and for the last 20 years, I've been doing relocation.
Oh, cool.
So
Worked out well.
yeah. And I think it's good that frankly, it's good that I don't sell real estate because then, I'm very clean and clear about my job, and I don't,
Right.
I don't interfere with like taking sales from people and things like that. So my job as director of relocation at Remax Results is to go out, get business for our associates, and I deal mainly with what's called a relocation management company. So those are the companies that, our Fortune 500 companies here in the Twin Cities, they outsource their relocations to a relocation management company. Then I create the relationships with the relocation management company, hopefully they call me when somebody's moving in or out of the Twin Cities, and then I get them out to our sales executives.
And you handle not just the Twin Cities, you handle we have Rochester, right?
Yeah, we've got 33 offices going from St. Cloud to Rochester to Austin, Minnesota to Hudson, Wisconsin, and everywhere in between. So those are great markets to be in. There's a lot of activity. You know, what was mentioned earlier, I think we have, 17 Fortune 500 corporate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
lot.
That's awesome.
And we have 3 more that are on the verge
right.
of becoming Fortune 500 companies.
Really?
So we have like more Fortune 500 companies per capita than practically any city in
the U.S.
In the U.S.
Right.
So that's why it's
Wow.
a great market for relocation.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why
Josh knows what he's talking
Josh,
about.
Yeah, well, I had
Josh
to
has
back
been
up
saying
there.
that he said it every other week or every week for the last year, and now he finally gets some validation.
Validate it.
I love it.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
Thanks.
But that is true. We talk about the unemployment rate being so good and how our market is so stable now, and in the rental market is so strong, and the new construction because of those jobs that are available, and they're getting competitive. I know who was I talking to? A client who worked for. Oh, it was a client. We were talking about other companies, and we were talking about a local company here that said they're going to hire 1,700 people. I think it was United Health Group publicized that they're going to hire 1,700 people in the next year or something.
Rochester's
like
got that going down there too because of the Mayo
Right.
Clinic.
That's a huge, I mean, the
That's
next
a big one,
5-10
right.
years, Rochester's going to explode.
that. Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's phenomenal, and we're so fortunate to have all those businesses here. And I think they're here. They're not here because we're the low tax state or a no tax state.
No,
They're
here
not.
because
We get
we're,
that- we
we're a
tax.
good state.
They're here because we're a good state. But what are they here? I think they're here for because the work ethic.
of the Midwest.
I'm propping up everybody here, give everybody in the Minnesota, in the Midwest, a pat on the back of the work ethic of the.
And I think part of the reason they're here, and this maybe is a little unusual, is that most of these are homegrown companies. They're not corporate headquarters have moved here.
Right.
These
They're
are
right.
companies
Grown.
that started here, grew here, developed here.
and are loyal and stay here.
Right. Right. And they
Yeah.
give back a ton to our community.
Well,
Yeah.
then we have Vikings and Amazon both to look forward to too with
And
relocation.
well,
Both
Shutterfly,
of those.
what was it? Room and Board just built a big, huge place up by Rogers. There's a lot of stuff that's going on around here right
Yeah.
now. It's,
Right.
it's a good state.
Yeah, it's
Happy to
really,
be
really
here.
good.
A lot of
Really great
jobs.
things.
When we come back, we're going to talk more about the trends. I'm curious to ask Doug about the trends in relocation, and go through example process of how it might work for you or somebody you know if they're going through relocation or going to maybe get promoted or get that promotion. So, I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
I'm Josh O'Shea, Remax Advantage Plus.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon.